I've worn something sweet without no fruits, no florals. And when I say you are a walking lick, you was a walking lick.
You my only one. You my number one. You're one-on-one. I wanna go one-on-one with you. One-on-one. And I want you to want me too.
Summertime is not over, so if you're still looking for something to wear toward the end of the summer, going into the fall, I got you. I have a little sprinkle of everything up in here, so we just gonna jump right into the video because that's what this is about. If you're new here, my name is 𝗦𝗢𝗓𝗧. If you're returning, thank you, babe. Subscribe to the channel if you are into videos like this. I do drop perfume videos, hair videos. I drop a little bit of everything, so if you are here and you enjoy the content, stick around and thumbs up the video. Let's jump into it. So the first one up that I want to mention, I'm just gonna go through these briefly. I'm just giving y'all a few recommendations for the end of summer going into the fall because we still want to smell good. Like, we have another month left. It's going to be a little warm before it gets super cold. Okay, so the first one up I am going to talk about is none other than Lancome. This is Idle. It's a very simple type of fragrance. Okay, it's not overly complicated. It's not going to do too much, but it's so dainty and it's pretty and it's girly if you want that vibe. It smells like a fresh bouquet of flowers. Very, very fresh and youthful. I really, really love this fragrance, especially if you're wearing like a sundress or you have like a daytime type of event to go to and you just want to show up innocent, flirty, sweet, and very floral. This is a very floral driven fragrance, so I would say if you're not into floral, stay away from it, but I'm not a floral girl like that, you know, and I still enjoy certain floral fragrances depending on how the nose structure is set up. Like I said, this does smell like a bouquet of flowers. It's just a rose, you know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but it's very dainty, it's girly, it's airy, but not too airy, just enough to where it's not super strong, but it gives a very beautiful sillage if you walk past somebody and you just want to give off that very innocent, fresh, sweet girl. Like this. This is a very good one. Next up we have Versace Yellow Diamond. This is, I want to say this is versatile because this is a freshie, but it's for a, like, it's a citrusy floral. Slightly floral though. The main star is citrus, but this is more so for if it's a super hot day and you're just trying, you need some relief. Okay, you want to smell like you just got out the shower because this does dry down to a soapy fragrance. I did mention this in one of my videos where I named it a good gym perfume because if you want to, like, when you go to the gym, you want to smell fresh, you want people to, you know, you want to feel like you just stepped out the shower, you about to go sweat and be around people, so you want to bring a little freshness into their life. All right, you don't want to walk around musty or wearing no musky type of fragrances to the gym. Okay, you want to be fresh. But I did mention that in this one, and I mentioned that in this video too because it's still a very fresh citrusy type of fragrance. This is a sexy one though. It's not strong, it doesn't have a lot of depth or like amber to it. It's just more so I say it's versatile because it can be worn in the daytime and at night, especially if you're trying to just give off that fresh scent and you're doing something, an activity at nighttime that's like bowling or movies and you don't want to be strong or smelling too sweet. This is, especially in the summertime, this is definitely a really good one to grab for because it's going to give you that freshness and it does dry down to a soapy. So I don't know if that's your thing. It doesn't bother me because once it dries down, it just smells like you know, rubbed a bar of fresh soap on you out of the shower. You smell out the shower. In the beginning, it gives you a little body structure to it because of the citruses and whatnot, but it does just give you clean fragrance and then it dries down to that soap. So if that's your vibe, if you're just going for I'm clean and it's a hot day and you want to bring some freshness or pass by people and make them feel like refreshed in a very clean way, this is your girl. Next up, I'm going to mention Giorgio Armani. This is C. This is the flanker. This is, which one is this? This is the pink bottle. It's one of the flankers to its original. I feel that this is great for the summer because it has a lot of body to it. It's a floral, but a sweet floral. Like, this smells like a strawberry milkshake, y'all. Imagine the original C. The original C to me was fruity boozy. It had a little vanilla. It was sweet, but it's more like a fruity booze, vanilla boozy sweet. It's really good. The original one is much more crowd pleasing, so it's one of those non-risky, non-offensive. If you just want to go into a perfume store, find something that most people will enjoy because you want to smell good and you're not into perfumes like that, That's what the original gave, and this has the same DNA as the original, but you smell more like a strawberry milkshake. So it's a lot more sweeter in that strawberry scent. So I guess you can say it does have a little more of a fruitier smell, which is leaning more towards strawberry. I wouldn't say lactonic, even though I mentioned milkshake, but it's so good. It's like, it smells like somebody want to drink you. You know what I mean? Like if you pass by somebody with this, they are gonna imagine like what you taste like, but in a good way. It's very complimentary fragrance. You are going to get a lot of compliments on this, especially from the girls. I feel like the girls will really love this one. This is a good one if you just want something throughout the daytime. I definitely like this more so during the day, because it just gives off, it's a flirty, innocent sweet. Like, you don't, this is not a promiscuous one. This is not an extra out one. This is giving, I'm a good girl and I smell really good and I'll flirt with you. That's what this gives. Next up, we have a fragrance that I feel is so reminiscent to me of Dior Cherie, but only doesn't have the popcorn note. That's none other than Montel Rose Elixir. This bad boy right here gives me Dior Cherie vibes. If you remember Dior Cherie, it was discontinued. Well, the original, the one that smelled more like popcorn, been discontinued for some time now, was Dior Cherie. Oh my gosh, you guys, that was like, oh, it was fruity and sweet, but it had a signature popcorn note to it. Like I said, this is missing the popcorn note, so it's not a gourmand, but it is a very similar fragrance to that within its own range. I feel like this one's a lot more stronger in the fruitier and rose. It definitely gives off, like, this is one of those, if I want to make a you want to make a statement toward the end of the summer, you want people to smell you and you want to smell really good, this gives off, like I say, Dior Cherie vibes. That is what it's giving. It's a little bit of fruity, it's a little floral, it's just good. Like, you smell like, oh yeah, you smell sexy with this one. I mean, this is a daytime fragrance, but it's also kicking that nighttime vibe. I mean, this is definitely one of those day to night transitions. And you just smell good, girl. You smell so floral, fruity, but not like floral fruity, like that's the most prominent. It does smell, I smell the rose in there, but it's very sexy. It's sexy without being too deep, because it doesn't have a very vanillic or ambery smell when you first spray it. But this is smelling good. Yeah, try this one. Last but not least, this is the most gourmandish one out of all of them, and that's Olympia by Paco Rabanne. This one right here, y'all, look at that juice. Look at that juice. This is the original one. I do have the intense version too, but that's more fall because the amber be kicking up in there. But this right here is your amber vanillic fragrance, okay? But the thing about it is, the reason why you're like, why are you recommending us amber sweet deep vanilla fragrance? It's summertime. Because baby, this has salty vibes, salty caramel vibes. Like the sweetness is caramel, okay? Because when it dries down, it's very amber vanilla caramel vanilla caramel amber. It has that rich deep base, right? But throughout the day, when you first sprayed this, baby, salted caramel. And you know, salt has a tendency to make things fresh, so salty vibes give you fresh vibes. So you're not just grounded by like smelling so yummy and gourmandish and deep amber and all that. You have that salt that's just like, girl, wear me in the daytime, because I want people to know who I am. So that's what this gives. Yes. And if you ever tried salted caramel candies, y'all know some of those is good. I'm sorry, I like me a nice salted caramel. But that's what you're getting in this bottle. So you could definitely wear this throughout the daytime. That salt helped lift it up so it can make an appearance in the summer. You know, I think that's why they did that, so you could be wearing this during the hot heat. Because baby, I've worn something sweet without no fruits, no florals, And when I say you are a walking lick, you was a walking lick. All right, at least this got a little sea salt, so you ain't about to end up on nobody's plate for dessert. All right, I mean, you can if they like low. But yeah, that's Paco Rabanne Olympia, and that's my last one. So yeah, I just wanted to recommend some little fragrances to you guys because these have been the fragrances I've been pulling for, and they have been doing it for me. Like, out of all the ones I mentioned, the freshy, the floral, the sweet, the more sophisticated one, and that very gourmandish one, I kind of shuffle between these throughout the week. And I have so many fragrances that I kind of give them like a couple weeks of shine. Then I'm like, okay, who else on the shelf? Who else want some shine? Who else wants some spotlight? But these are very, very good fragrances, and I think they're nice to lean toward into the summertime if you're in for something that you can wear either day and night or just kind of rotate the two. So definitely check them out. If you do find any of these fancy you, let me know. Leave it in the comments. And I also have everything linked in the description box so you can check that out. If you did like this video, don't forget to thumbs it up. I love talking about perfume with y'all, especially when I'm just coming in to have a little fun and let y'all know how I feel about them, because we all have our differences of opinion. So that's like the fun thing about expressing fragrances, because they all smell different to us, right? And then collectively we can all agree. So anyway, if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to thumbs it up. If you're new here, subscribe, stick around, check out my other videos. I'll put a couple up at the end. And if you were returning, I love you. Thank you. I love y'all. And stay tuned for the next video. Okay, bye.